Tikka T3x rifles are famous for their silky smooth actions and rock-solid accuracy, but they aren't cheap. The new Tikka T3x Lite often lists around $750 to $1,400, and while its performance is legendary, many shooters want similar capabilities on a tighter budget. Fortunately, there are several bolt-action hunting rifles that offer very good accuracy and features at a lower price. Below are 7 such guns, each compared to what makes a Tikka great and why they cost less. Number 7. Savage 110 Series. Savage's Model 110, including economy variants like the Axis 2 or Switchback, is a classic budget-friendly bolt gun. It doesn't match Tikka's finish or weight, but it does give you good performance for the price. The Savage has a traditional synthetic stock and a heavy barrel, so it feels a bit clunky compared to a Tikka, but it comes with Savage's famous AccuTrigger, a user-adjustable trigger system that breaks cleanly, 1.5 to 6 pounds pull with no creep. Shooters can tweak the trigger to their liking without aftermarket gunsmithing. The AccuTrigger is a standout feature, making it easier to shoot accurately out of the box, even if the out-of-the-box pull weight is a bit high, often around 3 to 4 pounds. The 110 offers a floating bolt head and Savage's AccuTrigger safety design. Many models, especially higher-end Switchback editions, come with modular stocks or chassis, and most have a detachable 5 or 4-round magazine. The adjustable AccuFit system on certain models lets you change length of pull and cheek height for a better fit. $600 to $1,200 depending on model, easily under most Tikka models. Excellent value, widely available in many calibers. AccuTrigger gives a crisp pull, user-adjustable stock AccuFit on some models. Number 6. Winchester XPR. The Winchester XPR is the company's modern budget bolt-action, basically a mass-market hunting rifle. It's simple, utilitarian, and very affordable, often under $600. It uses a 2-lug Mauser-style action that's proven and reliable, and a basic one-piece synthetic stock. Compared to a Tikka, the XPR is the epitome of budget. The stock has rougher molding and the fit finish isn't fancy. Backfire's testing called the XPR's plastic stock feel cheap with rough edges against the cheek. In short, it won't win any elegance awards. However, for straight shooting, the XPR can be quite decent. Its action is smooth enough, and its 3-position safety is a nice feature borrowed from higher-end rifles. The XPR is threaded for muzzle brakes on most models and comes ready to mount a scope. Accuracy is generally adequate for a budget gun. A mid-$600 price XPR can shoot sub-minute groups if you get a good barrel and ammo. One reviewer noted that the 3-lug action's fast and reliable, and accuracy is plenty for the price. In other words, it's not a Tikka, but it gets the job done. $500 to $650, depending on caliber and configuration. Very affordable, simple and rugged, works well for hunting at common ranges. Number 5. Remington 700 ADL 783. The Remington Model 700 and its budget offspring like the 783 has been a mainstay bolt rifle for decades. Its Mauser-style 2-lug action and user-adjustable trigger are fundamentally sound. Many older custom rifles are actually built on Remington 700 actions. New Remington 700 ADL, the base model, and even the cheaper 783 offer the 700's tried-and-true mechanisms at prices far below a Tikka. You can often find a new 700 ADL for $600 or less, and a 783 even cheaper, sometimes under $500. However, recent reviews urge caution. The older production quality of the Remington 700 has slipped, especially in the low-end 783 variant. Backfire's 2024 test of sub-$800 rifles gave the Remington 783 a thumbs down. I bought one that was horrific. Tolerances on the action were the worst I've ever seen, accuracy was bad, and build quality was awful. In short, the cheap Remington can be a gamble. Still, a well-set-up Remington 700 can shoot very well, and the platform's extremely versatile, with countless aftermarket stocks, triggers, and barrels available. Base 700 ADL around $600 to $700, 700 SPS around $700 to $800, 783 can be around $450 to $550. Very common platform, parts and custom stocks readily available, smooth bolt operation, proven track record in many calibers from .223 up to magnums. If you ignore the bottom tier poor examples, you can get a decent 700 for significantly less than a Tikka. Number 4. Weatherby Vanguard Howa 1500. The Weatherby Vanguard synthetic stock model is essentially a rebranded Howa Model 1500, a Japanese-made bolt gun known for its excellent machining and accuracy. It directly rivals Tikka in many ways. Both the Vanguard and the Tikka use very precise actions and barrels. In fact, multiple reviews find the Vanguard Howa to be extremely accurate out of the box. It also comes with a very rigid polymer stock that helps control recoil, unlike that somewhat flexy stock on a Tikka. The downside is that the Vanguard is often slightly heavier than both the basic Tikka or Savage because its barreled action, especially in magnum calibers, and stock are beefy. Varies by model, but the Vanguard synthetic includes a 3-lug bolt, user-adjustable single-stage trigger, 2.75 to 4.75 pounds, and a durable synthetic stock. Many have a threaded barrel. The action in barrels are made in Japan, Howa 1500 action in finish in Colorado. Typically blued or stainless, 700 to 850 new for popular calibers and basic synthetic stock. Often comparable or slightly under a Tikka price. If you have made it this far and like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Number 3, CVA Cascade. The CVA Connecticut Valley Arms Cascade is a bit of a sleeper hit. It's built by Bergara USA but sold under CVA's name, and it packs the same quality barrel as Bergara's more expensive rifles. Effectively, you get Bergara-level machining for the price of a budget rifle. In Backfire's test of rifles under $700, the Cascade earned an A+ in the award for Best Under 700. Review notes, all of them, CVA Cascades, shoot reliably sub-MOA out of the box, remarkable feat at this price. The Cascade has a 2-lug action, compatible with some REM 700 triggers, a Bergara barrel, often 22-inch heavy contour, and a durable Cerakote finish. Synthetic stock is stiff and has a removable magazine. Many models come threaded. You can find a Cascade for $500 to $600 street price. That's extremely competitive, lower than most basic Savage or Howa offerings. Exceptional accuracy. Backfire raves that the Cascade's standout feature is accuracy. Fit and finish are surprisingly good for the price. The stock is stiff and well fitted, unlike many cheap stocks, and the Cerakote on the metal prevents rust. It also includes a crisp factory trigger, around 2.6 pounds of pull that breaks cleanly right out of the box. In short, it's built almost like a premium rifle. Number 2, Bergara B-14 Hunter Ridge. Bergara is a Spanish company whose rifles are known for super tight barrels and smooth actions. The B-14 series, Hunter or Ridge models, are regularly cited as among the most accurate factory rifles you can buy. In fact, Backfire ranked the B-14 nearly as high as the Tikka for build and accuracy. It's slightly more expensive than the Rugers or Cascades on this list, but still cheaper than the high-end Tikkas. The B-14 uses a Remington 700 footprint action, so it's very interchangeable with 700 parts and a thick, free-floating Bergara barrel. Comes with a crisp factory trigger, around 2 to 3 pounds of pull, and the stock is a well-balanced synthetics, Hunter or Wood Ridge design. The Ridge model adds things like a threaded muzzle, around 800 to 950 new, depending on model and features. Still below many Tikka T3x prices, especially for premium calibers. Across multiple tests, the B-14 consistently prints tiny groups. Backfire gave it high marks, B+ overall under 700, and noted the rifles are accurate, reliable, and built well. In our own testing with these sources, the B-14's heavy barrel and quality machining often outshoot rifles at its price. It also has a nice stock geometry for recoil management, though a bit heavier than a Lite. Weight and looks, the B-14's attractive walnut or heavy synthetic stock and thick barrel mean it carries some heft. It has fewer frills. For example, stock trigger is good but not exceptional, and no factory optic rail. Like Tikkas, you may need a base or aftermarket mount. Importantly, Backfire notes it doesn't come with a threaded muzzle unless you pay extra for the Ridge. And because it's more accurate and a bit heavier, it doesn't have a standout gimmick. It's a gun you fall in love with over time, not at first glance. Compared to a Tikka, the Bergara B-14 often beats it in raw accuracy with a similarly smooth, though not quite as buttery bolt. Its build quality is excellent. The trade-off is price. The B-14 is closer to the Tikka's price territory than the Ruger or Savage. You still save a couple $100s on average. Many shooters consider the B-14 the rifle to get if they want premium performance without going custom. In summary, the Bergara B-14 is our number 2 pick. It's Tikka-like in that it's precise, well-made bolt gun, but you pay a bit less for that European craftsmanship. Number 1, Ruger American Gen 2. Topping our list is the Ruger American Gen 2. Ruger's revamped American rifle line, introduced in 2024, set a new benchmark for entry-level bolt guns. It offers Tikka-level features for a fraction of the cost. In Backfire's extensive testing, the Ruger Gen 2 repeatedly amazed reviewers. It found grips around 0.5 inches at 100 yards on average, something unheard of in this price class. The Gen 2 got an A grade and was named the overall best rifle under $700. The Gen 2 Ruger American adds many features first seen on higher-end rifles. It has a fluted free-floating barrel, Cerakote finished for corrosion resistance, a user-adjustable paddle magazine, and a rigid polymer stock with two-tone Cerakote paint. The bolt uses the same footprint as a REM 700, 3-lug with a 70-degree lift. The trigger is adjustable, and it even comes with factory pillars and bedding. Importantly, it includes a Picatinny rail milled into the receiver, no need for separate scope bases. About $550 to $650 new. Unbelievable accuracy and features for the price. Backfire reports that this rifle consistently shot groups in the .5-inch range, which is very rare for its price point. Virtually every Gen 2 we tested lives up to that, meaning many shooters can hit steel at 200-plus yards easily. The Gen 2 also fixed meaty feeding quirks of the original Ruger American. Ruger claims flawless feeding with its new magazine, and Backfire's chart shows 0 feeding failures in tests. The fit and finish are surprisingly good, corrosion-resistant Cerakote on metal, and a nice paint job on the stock. The Gen 2 even includes modern touches like a 2-lug bolt that unlocks at the end of the lift stroke for fast cycling and a 3-position safety. Safe, off, and fire on later models. Factory trigger's adequate but not match grade, about 4 to 5 pounds out of box, though it's easily swapped if you crave a lighter pull. Also, the Ruger stock geometry causes a fair bit of muzzle flip and a quick follow-up shot, as noted by Backfire's reviewer. In short, it's not as soft shooting as a Tikka, but it's still very shootable.